Hi, welcome back to Garden on the Moors. It's the start of March, which means spring is just now coming in. There's loads of stuff that's now waking up, which is brilliant. I'm going to show you today on the little garden tour we've got. If you do enjoy the video, please subscribe. It will mean so much to us, and it means that you'll be able to follow us as things wake up and eventually flower and we harvest fruit and vegetables. So please, enjoy. Here we are in the garden in March 2022. It was supposed to be a nice sunny day today. The weather forecast is still saying it's sun, but it isn't, but that's fine. So what have we got then? The snowdrops have all finished now, sadly, and the winter aconites are also on their way out as well. But that doesn't matter because over here, the daffodils are coming. I'll just hold them still in this wind. That's one of our first daffodils. And we also have primroses as well. Round to the side. The camellia is thinking about flowering. Just got one of our first flowers there. And in a couple of weeks' time, this will be completely covered. So I'll definitely make sure I get that on film for you. See, there's a couple more up top there. And the new camellia that I bought last year is also thinking about opening its flower. And then the last thing in this little section is that the magnolia is now starting. So it's just started to open one of its flower buds there. There's a few more dotted around. Again, this will be completely covered up in flowers, and when it is, I'll make sure that I get a video for you. Here we are in the greenhouse. So it is March, but I haven't started sowing everything yet, but I will do that in the next week or two, a couple of weeks. But you can see the potatoes are chitting nicely. So that is that they're getting these nice little shoots coming up, which will just give them a head start when I plant them into the ground. About middle of March, towards the end or into April is when I'm going to aim to plant them. So these ones are the Maris Pipers, and these are the Pentland Javelins. So they're coming on nicely. The Calabrese broccoli is doing really well. You just see if I can get that to focus. Maybe too close. An adult leaf there, which is excellent. Same there, and then another one there. So what I'm going to do is, in the next couple of days, is sow some more, because my goal this year is to try and extend our harvest, extend that period. So I want to do those succession sow-ins over a really long period and get more plants on the go. Here are the leeks, also doing really well. Really happy with them. I sowed them quite thinly this year because I kind of overdo it a lot of the times, and then end up with way more leeks than I need. But I've tried to just do a few that I can pick the best ones, and then I'll save the seeds for next year. So they're doing really well. We've managed to harvest some of the Swiss chard. The salvia cuttings are doing nicely. One of them went a bit backwards, but it seems to be shooting out another leaf there, which is great. And the fig, or figs I should say, but this one here is just now, see that? Looking to open one of its leaves, which is brilliant. This one will take a little bit longer. So that's everything in the greenhouse for now, but it is about to get a lot more busy in here, so watch this space. I'm really pleased with how this rhubarb is doing. So it's not big enough for us to harvest yet, but it's growing amazingly well. This is better than it did last year in the whole season. So hopefully it will grow really big and be able to get lots of nice stems. This is Temporary early. Look at those lovely stems. I just wish we had more so that we could then start eating them. We tend to keep it simple and just make a simple rhubarb crumble with clotted cream. So yeah, this is our Temporary early rhubarb. Leaves are a little bit eaten here and there and a bit wind damaged, but there's nothing too major. The apple tree's doing alright. No change yet, but that's fine. I've mowed the lawn, but I've left this bank here like I always do, and we've got loads more primroses. Look at the lovely yellow on that. Got more up here, more there, more over there. If we swing around, what else can we see growing already? So we've got more primroses coming, and then some yarrow. This little fairy fella is a yarrow. So we've got some more primroses. And more primroses. Look at them, they're perfect. And the bees will absolutely love them if they come out on one of these early spring days. Gorgeous. Now then, just behind, or in front, depending on where you're standing, we have the lawn daffodils. They get a bit damaged by the dog, but that's all part of having a, you know, big garden with lots of things in it. Nothing goes perfect, but we have got a perfect daffodil right there with that gorgeous primrose in the background. I just think that's stunning, isn't it? Over the next few weeks we'll get more and more flowers, so you can see there's some buds here. Loads on this one, absolutely loads. Any that do get damaged, so like here, the dog had a bit of a crazy time and snapped a few stems. That's fine, it happens, and I'll just cut them if they're not already cut and bring them into the house as a cut flower. So that is the lawn, I suppose, at the minute. And then we can come up here and check on the raspberries. So they're not doing too much yet. I'll just help it focus. They're not doing too much yet, but they are thinking about it. Too close? They're just thinking about opening. In fact, this shorter one down here has opened. Look at that. I really hope we get some raspberries this year. So that would be brilliant. We didn't get any last year because it was their first year in the ground. But I'm hoping that we get some flowers and then some fruit. But I love raspberries. Then we have a few little things planted, nothing really showing. The pear tree that I pruned in one of the recent videos seems pretty fine. Wound has healed up nicely. And I do think that that's going to be better in the long run for having nice fruit. We've got some little bulbs here. We'll have to wait and see what they are. And then here's the girls. Oh, there's Vera. Hello. We're getting loads and loads of eggs from them. We're getting, well, 5 a day. Really too many for us to handle, so we've just been giving them to friends and family and neighbours and anyone who we see, we just give them eggs. And they're pretty fed up of being stuck in there, but hopefully soon the restriction on poultry and things will lift with the bird flu being over soon, hopefully, and then they'll be able to come out and explore again. There's the ducks. Gooey. Oh, there's Sally. Right, let's check out the flower bed. So not much flowering at the minute, but lots of things are coming up. So here we've got some agapanthus. They're growing. Some Nephofia. But lots of new growth. This is another Nephofia that I thought had died, but actually, if we get up all of its business, look at that. Amazing. More down there, so that's going to be brilliant. And we've got a few sneaky things come up as well, like I'm pretty sure, in fact I'm really sure that's a peony. Some daffodils behind. I thought I had another one somewhere. Yeah, there's another one. I'm pretty sure that's a peony. I think that those two I moved. They were underneath the magnolia when we moved in, but I've moved them because they just didn't flower, they didn't do anything, but they've got loads more sun there. So hopefully they'll actually flower this year. That I think is scabious. I've got a few of them around. I can't remember which type because I planted two. I'll have to wait for them to flower. More daffodils coming there. It's a little flower bud. Some of the monarda doing really nicely. If you tap that, it smells amazing. It smells just like like a lovely Earl Grey tea. Do you know what? I think this is the devil's bit scabious. So that means that is the common field scabious. I like to keep, well, I really, really love planting wildflowers because they're going to be the best for insects because they've got, specific relationships. This is one of the new Nephofias that I got. I think this was Mango Popsicle, I think he was called. So that's settled in really nicely. Got a Cosmea there, I think that's George Davidson. Got a sneaky tulip. I don't remember planting any tulips, but we've got one, so I'm not mad about that, that's fine. But the thing that's doing really, really well, or things, are these irises. Look at them. They're just coming on amazingly. They didn't really do much last year when I planted them. Most of them are from Iris of Sissinghurst. And I just can't believe all this growth. There more coming. I really, really hope these flower. I've lost the labels for them. Typical. Who's that then? Is that one? See, and this is the other trouble I get, is that I don't know if anybody can read that. I certainly can't. Don't know. Well, it's part of the fun, isn't it? It'll be a nice surprise when he comes up. So anyways, look at they. Got a nice foxglove there. I think that's one of the fancy ones I planted. So we'll look forward to seeing them when he comes up. Look at these daffodils. Amazing. Actually, that one should be out in the next week or two. That's doing really nicely. He's taking off his jacket, ready to go. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be amazing with daffodils. Look, more iris. Oh, I don't know what this one is either. Who knows? It doesn't matter. I know I put it in there, so it means I liked it at the time. And look at that, more peony growth. Another lovely iris. I think that's a dark purple one, I can't remember. I'll have to see. We've got some hardy geraniums doing absolutely amazingly as well. They were nowhere near as big as this time last year, so hopefully lots of flowers. Another little sneaker I found is right there. Can you see that? Just like that. That's a Dicentra. So that's a Dicentra. So it's one of the bleeding hearts. I think that it's a dark red one. So yeah, we'll keep our eyes peeled on that, and hopefully some of the, because there should be a couple, but I can't remember where they are. Don't know. Doesn't matter. Hopefully they'll come up. We've got a daylily there. I think that's orange and yellow. The rose is coming on. See that? You know, this is the start of March. and already chucking out loads. That's why I prune them so early, because I don't want them to invest in shooting out loads and then just, I'm going to get rid of it all. Lovely little cluster of daffodils there. I can't remember what they are either. I planted them last autumn, I know that, so I definitely liked them when I ordered them. More roses coming. These are doing brilliantly. They didn't do anything last year, but now that they're growing back, they're actually split some of these into several plants. So we've got 1, 2, 3 plants there. This is one that hasn't split. You see that? He's just one, whereas that's split into several. Same as this one's gone into 2, which I'm hoping means loads of flowers. That'd be brilliant. Really big foxglove back there. More rose buds opening up, saying hello to the world. Gorgeous. We've got a lobelia, which I didn't think would survive, but has. So that's great. More of these daffodils, same as ones at the front, they look like. The alstroemeria that I got from a garden in Devon on Instagram, that's doing nicely too. More daffodils. Cosmias coming back. Now I think that's a gladioli from a friend of mine at work. We'll have to wait and see on that. More growth coming back, which is brilliant. Now I think that is Rebecca, but that's a big thing. I can't remember, because I label things and then they just disappear. The dog eats them, or the chickens scratch them out and they just go. So, but it doesn't matter. The main thing is that I put it there and I liked it at the time. So yeah, that's the flower bed, start of March. No flowers yet, but so much promise of stuff coming soon. So really exciting times. Oh, whilst we're up here actually, we've got a little robin in one of these sheds. He's making a nest in there. We won't disturb him, but he's singing all the time, and I see him going in and out of this corner. He goes I'm sure he's got a nest in there. We've stopped going in there so we don't disturb him, because I'd love for him to have a little family, but that's where he is. So if we see him, we've got a sparrow up there. No robin, I don't know where he's to, but I think the sparrows are nesting in these sheds. So it's all a bit crazy with birds at the minute, but that's absolutely fine by me. So anyway, that's the flower bed. Right, here is the vegetable patch. Now you might see a big addition. I've put some fencing around there so that when the hens and things are allowed out again, they won't trample the vegetables. They don't mean it maliciously, but they do it. So I'm just trying to stop them. But I'm really, really pleased with these garlics. So these are saved garlic. These are some overwintering onions, century onions, and then these are a bought garlic. All of them doing brilliantly. I'm so pleased. We've run out of garlic at home now from last year. So got to wait a little while yet before we can harvest these, but at least we know they're on the way, which is brilliant. This month what I'm going to do is take off this cover here, and that's where I'm going to sow some peas, because they're quite, not tall, but they're really bushy and I don't want them to be blocking out the light of anyone. So I'm going to be starting to sow some peas along that edge, and then I'll probably put in some little silver skin onions for pickling, and then later on in the month I'll be planting your normal onions, potatoes and carrots down along here. And if I can, extend this last little bit, because I've got loads of good quality, I suppose, manure from the chickens and ducks, and then I'll just cover that in compost so that it's not too harsh for any plants. But if not, it doesn't matter too much, because we've got plenty of ground, and we've still got the ground at Brandon's grandparents. But yeah, this is the veg patch. Start of March 2022. Just before the growing season kicks off. Here we have the peppers. I think they're doing absolutely brilliantly. So these are the ones that I potted on just a couple of weeks ago. You can see they're growing really nicely. They're better than they were last year, and I think it's because of this little disco light underneath that I got off of Amazon. It's really helped them if it's been cloudy like today, just to top up on that photosynthesis. Whilst I'm here, I don't know if there's any birds just out the way there. Can you see them? Oh, they've just flown off, scared them off. But there's loads of birds at the minute. And there's even a little chaffinch that's been coming down as well. There we have it. That is the garden, start of March 2022. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a big thumbs up and subscribe for more. See you again next time.